So I feel like I've become a walking YTT cliche. I started this training, as we all did, somewhere between weeks 5 and 6 on a lunch break on a total whim. I went and got my nose pierced. I took it out last week. It was like a whole thing. It wasn't for me. Very expensive detour. Like, don't recommend. I tripled my kombucha intake. And like a few other people in this training, I just quit my job. Before you get too excited, so the nose ring and the kombucha is all pretty straightforward with that. The job quitting, like there's a little more to that. So after 13 years working in reality television, if you watch Bravo, you're welcome. Yeah. I decided that I wanted to take my practice to a new environment where I could really fine tune my relationship with the yamas and the niyamas, these ethical standards of yoga. So 2 weeks ago, I put in my resignation letter. My husband pointed out there was a typo in it, so thanks for that. I was like, my big moment, here we go. It's fine. And I decided to take a job in the most perfect ethics enhancing industry, the most perfect. Big tech. Okay, so like let's rewind a little. Why are we here? Like, what is yoga? If you ask a girl on the street in her Lululemons, she'll probably tell you it's like a category in ClassPass, and that is like factually accurate, it is. If you asked, again, Master Patanjali, a dude who lived allegedly for 800 years, allegedly in 200 AD, and literally wrote the book on yoga, he would tell you it's union with the divine or becoming God. So what does becoming God have to do with Bravo? Just stay with me. I've been practicing Tibetan Buddhism here at Three Jewels for over 6 years. I'm not going to get emotional. I can't promise to perfectly sum up like thousands of years of sutras in just a few minutes. I'm watching that clock. But I can tell you that while the teachings are really nuanced, there's a lot of study to be had, they're actually really simple. It's just that you are the creator of your universe. Every single thing that you think, say, or do is what's creating your world. So your annoying coworker, the stress you feel as a deadline's approaching, that's all just an echo of your mind in the past. And then it would stand to reason that it's actually really important what you're putting into that mind if you want to experience good things. And we spend so much time at work, so that becomes like a really important place for these mental movements. If you are constantly late to meetings, again, looking at my husband, you might experience a world in which porch pirates start to steal your Amazon packages because you are robbing people of their time. You are going to want to get really focused on the opposite of theft, which is generosity. If you tell a white lie to a cast member to smooth things over, also true story, you might start to experience a world in which you feel people are being dishonest to you. And you're going to want to start to get really careful about how you're using your language. Mechanics around all of this karma, that's the official word for what I'm talking about here, is based on the idea that nothing in your world, your boss, your industry, your 9 to 5 has an inherent nature. You might experience your investment banking gig as like pure bliss, American Psycho. We all know how that ends. It could also be your personal hell, right? Like the difference is only in where you've moved your mind in the past. The highest form of these mental movements is caring for others. And you can do that at any job. I want to be clear that I quit my job in reality TV, not because it wasn't also a perfect ethics enhancing environment, because it was. Some of the most meaningful moments I experienced over the 13 years I spent in entertainment had nothing to do with ratings or Bravo celebrity drama, though for sure we can save time at the end. I have stories. It was my lunch breaks that I spent with Teresa, the West African immigrant cleaning lady. Early on, I heard her speaking French, so I tried to break out my high school level French to speak with her on my lunch breaks. And over the years, we formed this really, really special bond that opened my heart in ways I can't get into here. It was a new cast member telling me that when they were really, really nervous, I helped them feel safe on set. It was that young widow we met on vacation last year who confided in me that binge watching one of my shows got her through the darkest time of her life. That's how I practiced yoga at work, and it had nothing to do with teaching physical postures. Only thing that matters is what you're doing with your mind when you're doing your job. And the cool thing about that is you can quit your corporate gig to go teach yoga full time. And I'm very happy for the people in this room that have done that. But it also means that you can spend over a decade making Real Housewives and Summer House, but doing so with a mental posture of trying to bring joy to others and of constantly testing the strength of your ethics in an industry that is not really known for it. You can take that same practice to another industry that doesn't really scream virtue. No offense to big tech, because it's not the industry. It's not the job. It's not your boss. There is no perfect choice here. They're all different but equally valid playgrounds to use the ancient wisdom of the Yoga Sutras, and maybe even reaching people who need it the most. So as I embark in my next chapter in my very own Diamond District, I want to leave you with this. Do not compartmentalize your yoga practice to your mat. Use it to fuel the other 23 hours of your day and show up to whatever job you have, whatever job you want to have as a high yogi. Be honest, be kind, be generous with your time, check your motivation. And just remember that the most advanced yoga posture is not headstand. I am very much still working on that. It's how you show up to work on a Monday morning.